morning, I'm Dan Isaac with Reelex, and I'm about to show you the current conditions at Clear Lake. Okay, so we just launched right here at Library Park, and we've still got about 3 feet of water out in front of the dock. And I think in another month, right now we're at 0 Rumsey, and I think you're going to be right around -1 Rumsey, -1.2, somewhere in that area. You're still going to be able to launch up here, and it's still fishable, and there's a ton of bait socked in here. If it were me and I was going to fish this tournament, I'd definitely make it a point to check this northeast bank and rattle trap, chatterbait, spinnerbait, topwater. They don't seem to be on the bait right now, but that with these cooling temperatures, they're going to get on it. It's not a matter of if, it's when. Right up in front of Skylark Shores right now, and one look at the docks here, you can see that there's still plenty of water to pull your boat up to the end of the dock, tie off. It is an option for those that are coming up that can't find a room, and you are, right in the middle of some of the best fishing on the lake. So I wouldn't let rumor and innuendo stop me from coming up. It is the lake is plenty fishable. There's plenty of access. You just have to exercise a little caution and some common sense. So we're in the northeast corner now. We're in about 10 feet of water, and come tournament time, there's liable to be a mess of bait up here. There is now, it's just starting though. But I wouldn't be afraid to throw this either in pre-fish or during the tournament. This is a crazy 8 from highs, but any A-rig will work up here. Just find some grebes and just start throwing it around. So up here on the north end, you can see the water. It's got a slight little pollen or algae bloom on the top, and that's about as bad as it's been all year. So Clear Lake in that sense isn't living up to its reputation. The lake is clean and in a lot of areas really too clear. For the guys that are coming from other bodies of water that really like to punch, or for that matter, if you like to drop shot or crank or fish a jig, you don't have to change. You don't have to change just because you're coming to Clear Lake. By the time the Triton tournament starts, you're going to be able to fish your strengths. You're just going to need to find the area of the lake to where you can do that in and maximize your efforts. I throw a standard lightweight punch rig. It's a paycheck skirt with a 3/4 ounce weight. This is a missile bomb. If you want to come up here and look for some better fish, they're definitely here. And you can't come to Clear Lake without throwing little creepers, trash fish. Me personally, I like to be in and around weeds, vertical weed stocks, 4 to 10, 12 foot of water. And I'll actually fish it like a jig sometimes in as deep as 18, 20 feet of water. From that far point there that has the trees on it, over to this bald point over here, that's Buckingham to the left and that's Henderson to the right. More money's been won on that one stretch of bank than probably any other bank in this lake. And it's literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we're over here in Henderson now, which is notoriously a deep crankbait jig spot, and one of my go-to baits is a B.A.S.S Deep 6, and this bait on 10-pound test will dive down 23, 24 feet, and it's not a giant profile. It's more the size of the bait that's in the lake right now, so it's pretty effective. You need to bring a lure knocker with you because this thing here will save you $100 in a morning. So this is one of my other favorite baits on the deep rocky ledges, and it's just your standard 3/8 ounce brown jig with a smoke and purple trailer. I change the trailers from time to time, but that's pretty much my go-to trailer there. And you can fish this bait down to 20, 25 feet. Okay, we've moved over into Horseshoe Bay, over into some deeper docks, and these docks normally are in 12 feet of water, 12 to 14 feet. Right now we're in 5 to 6 feet, which is still plenty of water to drop shot in, and it's just a standard drop shot rig. You wouldn't believe these docks look like aquariums. They have little schools of crappie staged over some silver sights. Hey, get in there. They're giant. That's what the bigger fish are feeding on right there. So the one time of year I'm envious or regretting I don't have a Triton boat is always this time of year, because I think when you guys get here in October, the fishing is going to be really good, and I think you're in for a really good time, despite all the naysayers with water conditions, water levels. The fishing is going to be as good as it's ever been, I think. If I was to give you one word of advice, it would just be very, very, very careful and use caution. Even if you've been through an area a million times, doesn't mean it's navigatable right now. There's a lot of rocks sticking up within inches of the surface. Rattlesnake's still fishing like it always does. The rock piles that are down there still hold fish. Access, there's still 4.5, 5 feet of water at the end of the dock there. So that shouldn't be an issue when you guys are here. I don't see the fishing being any different than it has been in years past. If anything, I think it might be a tad better. That said, I hope everybody has good tournaments and safe tournaments, and look forward to talking to you in the future.